It's time to put your costume on and listen to the Long Con.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Long Con podcast. We're at episode 35 this week, month, whatever, where we talk conventions, cosplay, and other facets of geek culture. My name is Kevin Bly.
I am Colonel Sanders, chicken mogul.
I am somehow awake even though the sun's out.
It's true. Sun's up, podcast's up.
This is like our second podcast with the sun being up.
I know, it's it happens like once a year, I guess.
I have indicated the morning status by still wearing this bathrobe.
Do you have your coffee?
I have my coffee, but it got cold because it sat here so long waiting
That's
for
a
Kevin.
shame. I waited till right before the podcast started to go make myself a cappuccino.
I just have water.
I got that too.
I don't have any water. Should I have water?
I'm double
go
dipping.
get water.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
You want? Okay.
Well, this is off to a great start already.
Are you back, Nick?
Yeah, I never left.
Oh, okay.
Your
Well,
video's just dead on us.
your internet connection says otherwise.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, which was great because you were doing so well up until just now.
It has been crummy lately.
We can still hear you just fine.
Just put that technical difficulties picture for me.
We're at the cusp of con season. It's
Yes.
around the corner, and
See it over the hill.
well, for us anyway, it starts. C2E2 is basically the start of it for us, which is this year in March. That's the month it started out at, and then it shifted to April for whatever reason.
My guess is probably just when they could get the room or the convention area.
Possibly. And it's weird because like they drifted apart, which is great because ASEN it used to be in May, and then they converged into April, and now they've I don't know, I don't really follow.
They want to
ASEN
distance
anymore, but
themselves
yeah,
as much as possible.
it's true. Less fire alarms being pulled.
Or ambulance being called.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm actually going to. Do we just want to talk about C2E2 right away? We can get to the other stuff later.
Yeah, let's throw the whole outline right out the window. At the beginning.
Throw that outline in the trash. Why?
Well, we already brought up C2E2, so let's
You
just keep
brought
going.
up C2E2. Don't
I brought
say
up
we
C2E2.
brought up. Don't blame us for you
Come
getting
on,
off
guys. The outline is a suggestion like pants.
topic. Well, does this have to go with the full frontal nudity part?
Yeah,
Possibly. Possibly.
We're not sure who yet, though.
All right.
It's a full frontal maybe.
Am I still frozen or something?
Oh, no, you're good now. No, you're a black screen.
I'm a black screen?
He's not good. Yeah, you're good. You're a black screen. We
He
can't
asked
see your
that.
face.
He asked that, and I looked down in the lower right-hand corner, and it moved, and I'm like, oh, you're good. And then it actually cut to you, and it was just black for us.
It shows you as a still screen, and every once in a while it'll update one of the frames.
Professional.
Right. So
Super professional.
go on with C2E2.
So C2E2 is it's the weekend following St. Patrick's Day, so it's the 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Oh god, just imagine if they ever have it on St. Patrick's Day.
We're gonna be driving down on St. Patrick's Day, which has me a little worried. But yeah, there's I'm not one for guests. That's more Nick. Your jam is
That is correct.
seeing entertainment guests and stuff.
Boy, I sure do like those entertainment guests.
Oh, the moving picture shows.
It's
Them
true.
moving picture shows. I like to meet the man behind the curtain. That's what I do.
Do you want to talk about who you're going to be meeting when you're there
I'm
on
going
Saturday?
to be meeting Chloe Bennett from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Kevin, throw a picture of her up there in Still Store when you're editing.
Just put it over glass or big
yeah.
space.
Put it over my blank computer internetless face. And so I met Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and now I'm going to meet...
Chloe Bennett, your voice has gotten so deep since I've seen you on the show.
It's okay.
What's your secret?
Don't worry about
12
it,
packs
Kevin.
a day.
12 packs a day, it'll do it to you.
Oh boy.
Hey,
So I'm gonna
Dr.
get that
girlfriend.
Oh yeah, you got it, sugar.
Are you just meeting her, or is there anybody else?
Just her so far. I met Agent May at last year's C2E2, so I guess I'll meet one agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. per year.
Well, then he's pretty much met everyone else. So.
Is this going to be like your Firefly thing, where you want to meet all of them?
Well, it could, but I didn't get anything signed when I met Agent May, so if it does and I decide to get something signed, and then she'll be the only one left and she won't go to places anymore. Because I still don't have... I've met every Firefly cast member at cons except for Gina Torres, who is Zoe, and I just, really need to meet her and get this last signature so I can get this framed legitimately.
It's so sad with your camera not moving at all.
Yeah, I don't like this internet. My internet's been crummy.
Every once in a while.
Internet's been crummy lately.
Nick is just a series of stills for the rest of his life.
That's actually how I am in real life.
Yeah.
Basically just a series of stills.
Now, if you put on some sweet music, like runway music, and you put in some camera shutters and some cool lighting effects, then it'll actually seem intentional, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's just a blank screen on my side, so.
Hi, Jackie.
I tried so hard. Oh, hey there. I should get the Q&A app on the.
No, you keep that closed. We don't trust you with this anymore.
Oh no, I got it. We're good.
No, you can't even be trusted to stay on topic or on the outline, and you're the one who just emailed it to us.
Okay,
Jackie,
well.
Hold on. Jackie. Hey guys is not a question. This is a Q&A app. Let's not.
Well, she's providing the answers, so do we have to provide a question in
Jeopardy?
No, yeah. What is a social greeting you can direct to the members of the Long Con podcast?
All right, Nick, that's for 400. Pick our next category.
I will take mutant swans for 400.
Actually, I do have a really weird roundabout transition.
Yeah, Kevin, I set that segue up. Just take it.
Okay. So, we were going to talk about Fallout at one point.
That was the segue I was giving you, and you murdered it.
Yeah, exactly.
Jackie, it was all set up.
I don't know if you're actually being serious or not.
I am being serious. Jackie popped up. Huge Fallout fan. You asked me a question about Jeopardy. Mutant swans. Then transition to Fallout. Don't destroy the segue, Kevin. Don't destroy the segue.
Nick's a bunch of magnets. He's stacks of magnets now.
What?
The little icon on the bottom.
Anyways, so Katsucon.
Yeah, so Katsucon happened, and it was just Fallout cosplay.
Yeah, well, that's the
everywhere.
pictures we though.
It was relevant to our news feeds and whatnot, but Fallout's been pretty fun, at least I think so. I'm still playing it, and I'm at 200 plus hours.
Mm-hmm.
I just took the castle.
Oh man, Steph has been texting me while she's been playing, and I've been giving her advice and everything. She's like, "Nothing will die for me."
It'll get easier. But yeah, Katsucon had a lot of Fallout. Let me come up with some stuff. Why don't you guys talk about? Oh, my mom's calling me. Why don't you guys talk about?
That's great. I'm so glad we covered that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up some pictures, but why don't you guys cover for me in the meantime?
Okay, so what are you planning on wearing for C2E2?
I'm not sure yet because
I thought we were talking about Katsucon.
None of us are at Katsucon.
Yeah,
Nick, what are you wearing at Katsucon?
I'm willing to wear whatever clothes I'm wearing and then be wherever I am that isn't Katsucon. I'm not going to Katsucon.
You'll also need to be a time traveler to go back in time to last weekend.
Done.
Yeah,
we fixed it. Okay. What are you wearing for C2E2, Nick?
I was going to see if I could throw together a Coulson costume from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because Chloe Bennett's going to be there.
Gotcha.
And that would
shave
be...
a lot of your hair off?
Yeah, I could do that.
I'll give you tips.
Get the little widow's peak going.
Mhm.
I don't even know if... Am I still updating, or am I just a blank screen of death?
You're a
updating.
series of stills.
Okay, so if I do this, is it
Yeah,
a
we see a
Pip-Boy?
Pip-Boy.
We can tell it's a
Okay.
Pip-Boy.
Yeah,
I was
you've
going
gone
to-
from 1 frame a minute to like 5 a minute now.
I was going to demonstrate the Pip-Boy that came with the Pip-Boy edition, but since I've become a 2001 webcam, I guess I really can't. I mean, Jenny Cam was never really about about live updates on things.
Or
So
about
it's kinda
Fallout, for
light.
that matter.
Yeah, she was mostly just... I don't really know. I just know she existed. Thrill is they make awkward Jenny Cam jokes that they then don't understand themselves.
I'm sure.
No
I'm
idea.
sure. Now that we brought up Jenny Cam, we're gonna hear it like 3 times this week because that's how we exist.
That
within
is
the
accurate.
vortex.
Yeah. No one's mentioned her since 2002.
And now she's relevant multiple times.
Yep.
All right. Well, he's still doing that. Let's see. Nick, how
Yes.
many Deadpool do you think we will find this con season?
I feel like there's a mathematical formula somewhere for calculating the amount of Deadpools, because you take the amount of Deadpools that currently existed and you compound that by the box office intake of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's got to be some sort of formula somewhere to deduce how many of the pre-existing Deadpools will convert to movie Deadpool costume. And so you subtract that from the main number, plus you take the leftovers from the box office intake, subtract the amount of congoers from that, and the answer is a bunch.
Condor is in the bird or the vehicle?
Did I say condor?
Yeah.
I think I said congoer.
I think
Close
he did
enough.
say congoer, but
Oh, I heard Condor.
I like to feel like birds are involved at some point.
I am an expert on bird law, so
Thanks, Harvey Birdman.
yep.
I just am worried how many more Deadpool balls we're going to have to see.
Oh
And
yeah, that's right.
The question is, Nick, why don't you talk about your lamentations about the average Deadpool knowledge, or the knowledge that the average Deadpool cosplayer possesses based on their actions?
I wouldn't.
Nick, go on a
How do you
rant
wanna
about
phrase that?
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Nick, go on a rant about Deadpool.
I wouldn't confine it strictly to Deadpool cosplayers.
Yeah,
but a
yeah,
lot of
just
people
the
who are like Deadpool fans in general, and like I don't want to just slag off a bunch of fans who
Yeah, that's true.
much more numerous than myself, and I've already once.
And we're
There's-
broadcasting where we're going to be at specific times.
There's two aspects of the larger Deadpool fandom at large that bother me. And one is their insistence on associating him with chimichangas at all times. It's like, they're like, I like Deadpool, chimichanga, chimichanga. Or they,
It's a snake.
I mean, it is a thing. The chimichangas are a thing, but he doesn't like them. And people don't understand that.
He just likes the name.
He likes the word. He doesn't like to eat them. Bothers me when people, I don't know, I just feel like you don't, like, what are you doing, man? Research the thing you like. You don't like it if you don't know that. I don't know. That sounds like an angry nerd complaint that people would just immediately brush off. But he doesn't like them. He doesn't like chimichangas.
It is an angry nerd complaint, but
It is. He
Yeah.
doesn't like chimichangas. He doesn't like them. It's right there in the panels. Kevin, throw that panel up.
I'll edit it in.
Okay, there it goes. See?
Ta-da.
Doesn't like them. Likes to say it. And then the other thing is, there's like this fan perception of Deadpool as like a Looney Tune, and he's not that either. Like, he's weird, and he's a jerk, and he does break the fourth wall, but it's not breaking the fourth wall in a sense that... It's hard to explain this. In the X-Men universe, Deadpool is talking to nothing, like when he's breaking the fourth wall, because he's got brain problems. It just so happens that it all coincides with our real world, and so it makes it funny because it's like he's talking to us. We don't exist in the continuity of that universe, but we exist in ours. And I don't know, people just think he's like a Looney Tune or something. He's not. He's just an insane weirdo. Not insane fully, but he had brain cancer, so.
He has schizophrenia.
He's all kinds of stuff. But he's not a cartoon, and he doesn't like chimichangas.
So your synopsis on the movie was a favorable one.
I loved it. It was perfect.
Because it portrayed him accurately.
Yeah,
so
the movie Deadpool is that's who Deadpool is.
Okay. So the question I have is how many of those Deadpool cosplayers that we're going to wind up seeing invariably at the conventions this year, how many of those people do you think are going to have an understanding based on the movie versus getting on? I'm allowed to say on the bandwagon because other people are doing it, but
on the fan wagon.
The fan wagon.
Yeah, I think that the movie is a good thing because it.
Do you think it was strong enough that people are actually going to understand the character faithfully?
The movie adaptation was, to my understanding, the Deadpool character.
Okay.
Not the cartoony dumb one that people make. There's like this joke character.
Yeah. Well, the Dead Puddle is pretty much the quintessential representation of how I feel the fandom reacts to that character.
I would like to point out
your experiences
quickly that it does depend on the writer.
Oh, it changes depending on the writer.
But the main Deadpool, the real Deadpool, the original Deadpool, the continuous Deadpool, the movie Deadpool was pretty good.
Now, my exposure to the character is specifically through conventions. So I see Deadpool and I'm like, okay, it's the comic relief character essentially that everybody likes. So I'm looking. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm going to go see it around Thursday. So I'm looking forward to having my expectations changed.
Yes, do that.
Dale, what did you think of it? Since you haven't really said anything about it yet.
I loved the movie. I thought it was great and everything.
Okay.
And they did do a lot of meta joking in there too.
Okay.
Which
and I
was
will
really
say,
funny.
Yeah, I will say this though. Okay, so there is nudity involved, obviously, so it's rated R. But don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. But Nick, did you also notice that for the graphic violence, they did not show it so much, but they showed the graphic nudity pretty well?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they did that on purpose to try to take a spin on, normally how graphic violence is shown so freely, but the nudity isn't.
That has a lot to do with like cultural repression, which
I know, but I'm just saying I'm wondering if
what he's getting at.
Did that on purpose.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. I hadn't thought about that. That's interesting.
Now you gotta go and see the movie again. Look at that.
Yep. I'm gonna have to
Food
sit there
for
with
thought.
binoculars. All for Silas. All for Silas.
So, but I loved it too. I thought this is the role I expected him to play, kind of a role.
Yeah.
Not Green Lantern, because Jesus Christ.
There was a joke. There was a joke about that too, which I believe was in the trailer.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Well, supposedly there's 2 points they made fun of it or whatever, but
yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch it because someone else pointed out one, but yeah. Well,
I have not actually seen the most recent Green Lantern movie, so
I saw a review of it.
I've also been told not to see it.
I saw it.
Would you suggest seeing it to see how bad it is?
Oh.
No?
No.
From the review I saw, it wasn't one of those things that it's so bad it's funny kind of thing. It's just it's sad.
It was like no.
They CGI'd his green mask on.
Yeah.
They CGI'd everything. And
well, guys, we all know as cosplayers that it's impossible to actually cosplay Green Lantern, right?
It is impossible. And that's accurate.
Nobody's ever done it accurately, ever.
Yeah, that's correct.
Everyone's always used a different color for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like yellow or red. They never get it right and use green. Like they don't even know the source material.
You gotta get the yellow lanterns and the blue lanterns together, and with their powers combined, they create.
Fusion dance. Gotcha.
But you can't accurately portray that color on screen.
It's a hard.
I'm getting overly facetious now, aren't I?
It's a hard costume.
I'm not that
because, like Dale said, you do have to make one of the blue or one of the other ones, and then do a fusion dance.
Yeah.
And then if you do it wrong, it's like amorphous.
It's just horrible.
Yeah.
Turn out to a gas giant. It's fine. That's part of the movie. It's the big gas creatures.
Yeah, the bad guy is like a space diarrhea.
Yeah.
The bad guy is like a space diarrhea.
Yeah.
That sounds like an accurate review on the back of the DVD case.
It was so bad that they could only put bad blurbs on the DVD cover. This really sucked was their kindest review.
We did 22 takes, and that was the best one.
Yeah, that was Green Lantern. Oh, God.
Okay, so Jay wants to know what our thoughts are on, like, before we get too far away from Deadpool, what our thoughts are on on the petition to get Deadpool to host Saturday Night Live.
He also put an eye roll in there, and I will answer that question with
another question.
Another question. No, I think that Deadpool's funny, but if he had hosted SNL, his eyes wouldn't be expressive, and that was probably my favorite part of the movie, was that his eyes were expressive because they animated his eyes so like he could like have big eyes or like squint and stuff like that. Yeah. They animated his eyes and it made it really expressive, and that contributed a lot to the humor.
Yeah, well, with a character like that who does have a lot of humor built in, that is a key point. So now, are they talking about getting, I don't know, like Ryan Reynolds in costume to do it, or are they talking about a full CG?
They're talking about
because you can't do it.
Saturday Night Live, they're going to see.
No. They would have to like pre-render everything, and that you don't. Then it's scripted is what I was getting at. So I didn't know if that's what the plan was. I haven't actually read.
I don't see it going well.
Yeah, it would be way too much work and would take the spontaneity out of Saturday Night Live. It wouldn't be Saturday Night Live. It would be
it wouldn't.
Saturday
They're
Night
just talking about Ryan Reynolds in the costume.
Pre-recorded character. Okay, yeah.
All the lines would have to be pre-written too.
Right.
I don't think Ryan Reynolds would be able to pull off what Deadpool would be thinking. So. It's the whole, oh my God, this is awesome. We got to get it into everything. Let's petition everything.
I gotcha.
You should add Jay to the call, and then he can talk about his ebook that he published.
We could.
Yeah, Jay, we're gonna add you. Haven't figured this out.
We don't even know if he's prepared, but
that's okay.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna be the spontaneous bunch here.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about the ebook. I kept wanting to do that. Oh, Jay says their best stuff is the pre-recorded stuff anyway for the Saturday Night Live, which is accurate.
I haven't seen Saturday Night Live in like years.
I stopped watching it when Fred Armisen left.
I have admittedly only seen it at work. There's a TV wall. I work at a news station, and there's a TV wall with all the like local stations and stuff like that, the big name ones, and that is my extent. Is watching it on the wall. Hey Jay.
Hello Jay.
And for some reason my browser didn't notify me, but my phone did. So.
Oh, all right. Well,
exciting.
We at least have your audio. So what?
It's okay. I'm only audio too because
Nick is a series of stills with audio overlaid, so it's all good. But what are your thoughts on it? Since you added the eye roll to indicate that it's
what's your thoughts?
Not favorable.
The petition was to just have Deadpool, the character, period.
Mm-hmm.
And with the way his character is, there's just no way you could pull that off on SNL to begin with. I mean, he's always on. It's not like he's just going to play this little bit character over here, bit character over here,
Right.
Mm-hmm. Saturday Night Live has been pretty weak lately, in my opinion. Because they every once in a while they have a good thing, and like you said, the pre-recorded stuff is always the best. Like I saw a clip from this most recent one with Melissa McCarthy,
Mhm.
and they did this thing for. They had like a horror movie, and they were showing audience reactions, and it was like a focus group about the horror movie, and
Okay.
that they pre-recorded all her stuff, and that was really funny. But like, I also saw an episode recently where like they didn't know the lines in one of the skits they were doing, and it was just terrible. I think Chris Rock hosted it. It was just the worst.
Well, they had Adam Driver on like a couple weeks ago, right? And they did that whole thing with Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that was pre-recorded too. And that
Right,
was fun.
exactly. That was my point. It was a pre-recorded thing, and that got passed around like crazy because Star Wars is still huge. So, and that was really funny. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're crossing the streams.
No, it's double J.
Double J,
Double J.
all the way.
There we go.
All right. So I don't know. I haven't seen enough SNL to really gauge where they're going with it, but I have to agree it seems like it would be too difficult to accurately
They wouldn't.
pull that off. Yeah.
I feel like their best option, if they wanted to deal with the people that want that, would be to record a pre-recorded thing about Deadpool reacting to that petition or something, and just make like one short video.
I don't know if you saw, I was just showing Wendy that Ryan Reynolds on his YouTube channel did post why Deadpool will not be hosting SNL.
I did not see that.
Okay.
I'll have to link that afterwards, but that if
Anyways.
he's saying no, then you know.
About your ebook.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about the ebook.
Since this is cosplay related, let's transition back to that away from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Well, I hate that I procrastinated on it so long because I had the idea about it shortly after DragonCon 2014.
Wow.
So it took nearly a year to put it together.
You might say that is a long con.
Yeah, exactly.
No, actually say it.
I
We did this
finally got
on
my button gear last year and put a lot of work into it, and then Wendy fixed a lot of stuff because she's a lot better at writing than I am, and then Jessica had a hand in reviewing it some, and Stephanie and Bill looked it over too, and finally got it to our liking and put it out. So it is available on our website at Cosplay for Us All. It's $5 a copy, and one of the cool things about digital publications is if I ever decide to update it or something like that, then anybody who's bought it before can go re-download the updated version.
And what is the main focus of this? What are we learning from this ebook?
It is about how to use LEDs. In general, it is focused towards cosplay, but
Cosplay taxes.
it's for people who have never worked with electronics, LEDs, wiring, things like that. I try to approach it at that angle to include everybody. So if you're afraid that you're not going to be able to do it, I have confidence that you'll be able to read through this, get the right stuff, because we do have links in there to show you what to get and whatnot, and you could do it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll throw a link to that down below when I get this edited. But
Cool.
yeah, I can tell you, like, it's with LEDs, they're electronics in general. It's scary, but once you get going, it just becomes, I don't know, like it's methodical, but if you find it all out, it's great. So
I think one of the best things about the ebook is that like people just don't know where to start. Like you're sitting there like, I want to put lights in this, like where even do I begin? You have a lot of stuff about, it's just very simple. Once you look through it, it's like you get the little battery, you hook it up, it shows how to do all that stuff, like where you can get all the material, which is just like, if you don't know anything about it, you just don't even know where to start looking, or even sometimes even what to Google to figure it out, because like, because I've been looking through it and thinking I could even use some of this stuff for my display cases, because I bought like an IKEA thing, and it was working out really well in the top half, and then the cords weren't long enough, so I got this big cluster of cords there. And Steve was like, if I could just do this myself, it would look a lot better.
Yeah, you could use the same concepts in the book, where I talk about batteries and stuff, but if you go to Radio Shack and get a power adapter that, it says it's 12 volts or it's 9 volts or something like that, you could use all the same language in the book to calculate what you need for resistors and LEDs and things like that and wire it up the same way.
Yeah, it's very easy to read. I recommend anyone, because it's $5, and you're gonna...
Assuming you know English.
Yeah, and you're gonna want to put lights on your cosplay, because accent lighting is the best, and everyone knows that.
It does look cool. I will fully concede to that.
So it has an English accent?
It just has an English accent.
All right, we don't get like the French
now.
accent.
It has an English accent because it's classy.
Yeah, we use the word bollocks a lot.
Hey, Wendy's there.
Wendy's here, but she's still in pajamas, so she's not going to appear on camera.
Look at me. Also in pajamas.
We can't look at you. You're frozen.
Well,
Haven't taken a shower yet. Check out this. Oh yeah, that's hot.
Nick actually has to change pajamas within like every second that it updates.
Yeah.
So.
And look who's here now.
Otherwise, he can't reappear.
Oh, there's Jessica for a second. Nick needs to make noise to pull the screen.
Yeah, the internet.
There we go.
Are you doing
I
that?
turned everything off for you.
We're just
Nick,
in bad
if you really
internet.
wanted, you could leave the call. I could re-invite you, and you could rejoin.
Oh,
All right, let's try that.
No, Nick, he just won't invite you back.
This is our putt. Jay is the new Nick.
Yes, welcome, better-looking Jay, or Nick.
Welcome to your promotion.
Yes,
Is it a promotion?
yeah.
Yeah,
Still
there we
not
go.
getting paid.
Thanks.
Did it work?
Yeah, it's good. We should have done this a long time ago.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you have motion. Nice.
You've been upgraded.
You've made it through purgatory. You are now
All right.
into
I returned to
purgatory.
life.
haircut.
Since
Yay.
Talking already about selling things and buying cosplay-related stuff online, why do you want to also talk about the calendar?
Yeah. So Men vs. Cosplay did their Kickstarter. I can't remember when they started last year, but it got funded, and then they had to print their Cosplayer Day calendar overseas, and then the shipping on that took a long time. So they actually, Annabelle, the coordinator, didn't get those until I think the end of January, and then she shipped them out. But they showed up, and they're actually pretty cool. So
Did you have that in your pants?
Yeah.
yeah, that's where I keep it. I gotta tell the time, and I can't keep it on my wrist, so I
that's the
keep it in my
date.
hands. No, it's on my desk because that's where a desk calendar should sit.
Is that so? Did they make a 12-month or just the page a day calendar?
It's
Page a day.
It's page a day with the weekends are like doubled up. So
And you're not in there?
I am, and Dale is as well.
Yep.
So I think I'm like September 10th or something like that. So yeah, 20th.
A
So-
day that will live in infamy. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
right.
mine.
You want me to
Yeah.
think it.
And then Dale, I don't know what day yours is, but I don't want to.
November 15th.
Okay. So Dale's in there as Varric. I'm not in there as Alistair.
Yeah, they got pretty close to my birthday. I was pretty surprised.
Swanky. So I feel bad for the people that were in January because that month got kind of completely glossed over because of the shipping delays. But
Yeah.
that was the thing that happened.
They flew too close to the sun.
They did. It's the Icarus calendar.
I don't think I'm in that calendar. That's
No, if you didn't submit, you can't get in.
I mean, they should have approached me. I am the award-winning host of a
Please don't
popular
take that
podcast.
phrase out of context.
Yes, please submit all your photos to Mr. Bob 0822
At email.gov.
AOL.com.
Actually, I think that email does exist, and I think it belongs to me.
All of your horrendous pictures.
I will never check it. So, in the same vein of sales, I guess you could say, regarding cosplay stuff, I saw recently that Yaya Han has a line of fabrics.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Joanne Fabrics now.
Okay.
So, what do you guys think of that? Because it's exposure to cosplay, I guess, which is a good thing, but I've heard that the fabrics they're compared to some of the other stuff that you can get at Joann that's comparable, it's overpriced. So I don't personally, I don't sew, so I don't really have much of an opinion of this, other than what I've heard, which is what I already said. So, Jay, I know you and Wendy do more sewing.
I haven't looked into it myself. I know Wendy has read a little bit more on it, so if she wants to voice in anything off the side here.
They are comparable to a lot of the other costuming fabrics that Joann carries, but they are more expensive.
Okay, so you're basically...
One common thread that I'm seeing is, like, apparently she has, like, a brocade fabric, and it's roughly $7 a yard more than a very similar non-Yaya hand brocade fabric.
Okay, so you're paying for the person.
Yeah.
But it's up to the consumer to research.
It totally is
what they're getting at.
So I mean, it's from a business standpoint, that's cool that that's happened. Like she got that deal.
Merchandising.
Yeah. Spaceballs. But I don't know.
I didn't know you'd get that one. Wow.
It's a Mel Brooks thing. Of course I'd get it.
Well, and they're making a sequel right now too. So
Kevin keeps a list of Spaceballs references next to his computer in case someone makes one. He just scans it quick. It's next to the Space Jam list.
I keep them in my pants right next to my calendar.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm more with the new cosplay patterns that are coming out all the time. I think it's Simplicity has started. They've opened up their vault, as they say.
Oh, that's right.
They've brought back a lot of old patterns that were costume related, and now they're coming out with all new ones like that. I just saw a Zelda one the other day. I think that's far more appealing to more cosplayers than the whole Yaya Han's fabric thing is, because her fabrics are all like stretchy lycras and leathers and glitter and stuff, which will only appeal to people who make those kind of costumes. But the fact that all these new patterns are coming out, and then you can take those patterns and alter them even, it's like it comes a lot closer to.
And that's like my Gandalf. You couldn't find that pattern anymore. We lucked out, and Taylor had one of those and was kind enough to get that to us. So
awesome.
If it wasn't for that, I'm not sure what we would have done.
Well,
you had to make the Wonka fabric too.
Like $60.
I want to see Gandalf. I want to see Gandalf in four-way stretch final.
No, you don't. No,
yes, you do.
You shall not pass.
And speaking of Gandalf, I had this great idea, but we need a third person to shoot video. So maybe we can look at doing this when you guys come down next time.
Yeah. Sure.
But I would love for Wendy and I to get my Gandalf and Wendy and her Ring Wraith and make a music video, kind of like I'm trying to think what the song. No, not that one. Why can't we be friends? And like take video like at the park, me pushing her on a swing, or helping her reach something off the shelf.
You want a montage collection?
Yeah.
I actually insist that this happen.
I think, dude, it would get a lot of hits on YouTube if we can make a mix like that.
I think this needs to happen, and I also need to be there when it does happen.
We could have Jess come in and you and I be fighting.
Yeah.
And in her Galadriel, and it's like, no, stop!
He just hits you with a rolled up newspaper on the nose.
This would be great. We gotta do this.
You can find a remix version of it, and Jess can come in and do the rap part that is inevitably in the middle of whatever remix you find.
Oh boy.
So that's gonna happen. I insist.
All right, I'll add it to our list of things that are going to happen.
Do you have a list of things that are going to happen?
No, I don't. It's a mental list.
Stop. It's the first one now.
Right. Okay, so I do want like we're getting close to ending, and I did want to bring up Magic City Con.
We've only covered how many on the timeline?
Yeah. It's a suggestion, Dale.
I was stopping at a red light.
Right. Jay, Wendy, Nick, I assume you guys are not coming to Magic City Con in Birmingham.
That is correct.
We are not attending any conventions this year except for the ones that are in Indiana.
That's mostly what I'm doing too.
Because money.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's definitely a concern. But they had announced some cool guests. I think last week. So
yeah, Bly's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there.
No, we're not there.
We are going to be there though.
We are going to be there, but we're not like guests, so to speak. But they did announce Steve Valentine, who I'm excited about because obvious reasons.
No, I don't get it. What are the reasons?
He's the voice actor for Alistair Theron.
Who's Alistair?
Yeah, play you a game, Nick.
What?
Play Dragon Age.
Dragon Age.
No, he's the voice of Alistair. He also voiced. I'm trying to think of the character's name from Uncharted 2. Anyway. Squiggy, yes. So he's going to be there. Danny Drago, who voiced Hancock from Fallout, is also going to be there. That's going to be June 10th through the 12th in Birmingham, Alabama. Tickets are on sale right now, and I think they're going pretty fast. The hotel is also filling up pretty quickly, so...
that one's filling up faster than the...
It was a lot of fun last year, and I'm looking forward to going back. But do you guys, like, Dale, I know you like to be in character and such, but Jay, Wendy, Nick, do you guys exist in character when you're in costume typically?
Since I'm actually the worst actor in America, no, I don't.
Somewhat, but not as serious as some other people we've known. But all of us know.
Yep.
Bly, I just want to say you're more in character than you know about Alistair. Right?
It's the voice thing that throws me off.
Oh,
like,
well, yeah, that's different. That's voice acting, not in character.
It's gonna be generic English accent. Hello, Guff. Let's go fight them dark spawn, eh?
Fancy a cup of tea?
I stay in character when I'm in the ring race. I don't talk.
Do you do that high-pitched screech?
Yes.
Do it.
Yes, I've done that.
Okay, good.
Do it.
Oh, good God.
Was that a screaming goat?
That's the goat one from your phone. Don't you lie to me. I know my screams.
Did Courtney text you?
Oh boy.
I'm always in character.
Emily did some running.
He hasn't moved. He's sitting in the sun.
Oh wait, I totally was in character when we did Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. costumes that one time.
I was thinking about that, but I haven't seen
That
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I don't know how
best
close
day
it
ever.
was.
You guys confiscated my GoPro and never gave it back.
Sir, we're gonna have to confiscate that GoPro. We need your camera.
We're gonna need to take that.
We need that.
No, we're gonna have to confiscate that.
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them.
We're gonna have to confiscate that. It's official S.H.I.E.L.D. business. We are level 4.
No.
Level 4 clearance.
No, I didn't do anything.
We're gonna take that.
No.
Colson is gonna come and he's gonna tell you that he's level
We confiscated it.
This is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s camera now.
This is S.H.I.E.L.D.'s camera. We confiscated this. It's ours now, and this is we're outside. It's dark out.
Yep.
But it's okay because we can see. So we're crossing the street. Everybody run! Oh, it's the street. That's the walk signal. So we're going across.
Yeah,
This is Sky. She's a hacker, and we got Simmons.
Heck. Hi. Hi.
Hey Simmons, how's it going?
Pretty good.
And my name is Leo Fitz.
This is our dwarf.
Well, this is our dwarf. We confiscated this as well.
We confiscated.
And this is Kevin. No.
Yeah, we threw it away.
This is for science, you said.
It had fulfilled its scientific purposes.
And you disposed of it properly.
Scientific porpoises.
Porpoises with GoPros?
Yeah, it's like a porpoise with a GoPro. I would watch that movie.
I just saw that.
Porpoise with a
Literally
GoPro.
just said that.
Yeah, I know. I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay.
Kevin, get a porpoise, put a GoPro on it, throw it up
He
on
won't
Still
even
Store.
do my humanity one.
That's because that joke's been done, and
Did you
the
say
more
manatee one?
No.
money it gets.
What was
I
that,
want a
porpoises
picture-
and manatees?
So I want a picture of Hugh Jackson's head on a manatee, so it's all the humanity.
Kevin won't do it.
Look at the fact that there was that dead silence.
Yeah.
It didn't note how funny it was, too.
The only thing that would have been better than the dead silence. The only thing that would have been better than a dead silence would have been ruh-roh, ruh-roh, ruh-roh.
Well, that's inside joke territory. I still don't know how that came to be. It just happened one day, right?
Don't look at me.
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Did we want to end on a discussion topic?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Considering this is February, and I mean we brought up BioWare, I want to know if you guys have any favorite romances in any games you've played.
Yes.
Ooh. I do. Varric and Bianca.
Wow, you're going to get some hate mail on that.
Now, are we talking the crossbow
Yes,
Bianca
I was
or
talking the
Bianca
crossbow.
Bianca?
I'm talking the crossbow Bianca.
Okay.
Well, it's still going to be hate mail, it's just going to be a different kind of hate mail.
And I just wanted to take it before Dale said it, to be honest.
Oh, no, that wasn't what I was going to say.
I'm not
That's-
sure I've ever played any games that have romantic type ties in the games themselves. That's something more like I think maybe women would play.
Yeah, Kevin.
Zing.
What do you say,
But seriously,
Kevin?
no, I'm going back. I can't think of any.
I mean, you could extend it to like not necessarily the player that initiates or has any involvement with it. If it's a romance that exists in a game, like, oh, those two characters are a thing. That's cool. I'm gonna go adventure over here.
I mean, the closest I can come to it would be the fact that Wendy and I met playing Half-Life.
Oh.
An actual answer to the question.
That's fair.
Well, obviously you have to tell the story now.
Yeah, do it.
Oh gosh, do we have time? Okay. Try to make it quick. All right. So if anybody's familiar with the Dave Chappelle show when it was on, and he had Charlie Murphy doing the Tales of Hollywood, True Tales of Hollywood, or something like that. He's got some great stories. Yeah, he's talking about Rick James. I'm Rick James, bitch. Anyway, so one night I'm in a clan, a Half-Life clan, or I was, and we were all goofing around playing on the server, and we were changing our names. Somebody changed theirs to Rick James, and I changed mine to Charlie Murphy because he was the one telling the story. And
In the
meantime, Wendy.
I'm in New York.
Yep.
Going through a 3-year hellish divorce. Had a really bad day at court and decided I needed to vent by going online and beating the shit out of somebody in the Half-Life server.
So
As one does.
So I was looking around for a server to join, and you can look in and see who's playing. So I was looking to see, anybody I know is playing. And I see the name Charlie Murphy, which happens to be the name of my ex-husband. Soon to be ex-husband. And he had just finished telling me how he got a brand new computer and was installing all his games. So I'm thinking, you know what? He's just dumb enough that he could be playing under his real name. So I joined this server, all hell-bent for murder, and there's 16 people playing, and all I'm doing is running around looking for the player that says Charlie Murphy. And I'm playing the best game I've ever played. I'm killing people left, right, and center. And I finally find the character Charlie Murphy, and I'm thinking, whoa, because my ex-husband sucks at Half-Life. I find him, I engage him, and I'm dead in a nanosecond. I'm like, son of a bitch. So for like the next 2 minutes, I just keep hunting him down, and every time we meet,
keep dying,
he
too.
kills me. Murderizes me.
Murderizes.
Eventually, I get my head out of the clouds and I start listening to what everybody in the server is saying, and they're all chatting and talking like they're great friends,
And
which
adults,
it turns out
not
they
kids.
are. And suddenly I find out that, no, it's all, I don't watch Dave Chappelle, so I suddenly get the joke that it's Rick James, bitch.
Yeah.
And
Anyway.
we wind up talking, and I tell him, you know, I'm going through a divorce, and he's playing as my ex-husband, and he's like, oh, I'm going through a divorce, and my ex is in New York.
Anyway, that's...
The rest is history.
And then they never saw each other again.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Then
serendipity
he
right
offered to
there.
give me tips on how I could be a better player.
That always goes over well. Good move, Jay. There's the playbook.
Man, I feel like anything I say now is just gonna pale in comparison to that.
Yeah.
I like these characters.
Well, tell them what happened with when you contacted the Half-Life people.
Oh yeah. Valve.
Years later.
I contacted Valve a few years ago and told them my story and stuff, and they sent me some merchandise and said if I'm ever out that way to contact them, they'll give me a tour of the studio.
And that's how you're working on Half-Life 3 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna send you in there just to find out if it's real or not, and
Yeah.
maybe put a post-it note about Portal 3 somewhere.
Ricochet 2. That's what it's referred to as.
Wait, Half-Life 3 is considered Ricochet 2?
Anytime there's a reference to Ricochet 2, it's an internal thing, but they're possibly talking about Half-Life 3.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So that'll be another thing we'll see forever.
They've reached the capacity that like anything they release isn't going to meet expectations.
Exactly.
So I don't feel like it's ever going to come out.
They missed the window.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Half-Life 2 is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'd take additional chapters because they kind of ended on a crazy cliffhanger.
Well, so did 1.
Yeah, but you know you get
There's a
2.
2.
Anyway, aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, that must be it.
Did we want to finish the other romances, or do we want to just end on that?
No, I think anything we say will be stupid now.
Yeah, okay.
I had
I'm
one.
down with that. Okay.
Well, Sarah Kerrigan and Jim Raynor. I mean, think about it. That's basically what almost 2 is all about.
I haven't played it.
Starcraft II. I mean, there's the whole saving the universe and everything kind of thing, but the whole reason it happens is because of their romance or whatever.
I mean, she is a hot Zerg lady.
Yeah, the hot Zerg ladies in your area want to meet you.
Now that stuff's gonna pop up my browser, man. Hot Zerg ladies in your area.
It's gonna populate as fast as Zerglings.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be creeping on her profile.
You need to spawn more overlords in your browser.
Zerg can only build on the creep.
All right. If I had to choose one, I'd probably say Snake and Eva from Metal Gear Solid 3, just because
I
that's
knew you were gonna pick
all
that one.
manners of contorted and interesting. I liked it.
Polishine.
Yes. All right. Anyway, we should probably jump out of here because we're at about an hour. So,
Okay.
Did you guys have any other things you wanted to bring up?
Just you can follow me on Twitter if you follow this Twitter here.
No.
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 All right. Anyway, here's Dale's information.
I didn't say this. I didn't agree.
No, I did. Jay, did you wanna did you want to talk about where anybody can find you?
Right there, our website, cosplayforusall.com.
Looks like you're pointing at Blythe's head.
Facebook.com/cosplayforusall, and our YouTube channel is youtube.com/cosplayforusalltv.
Seriously, check them out. They've got a lot of great tutorials and stuff. So
including the video where they poured goo on my head for an hour and a half.
That's true.
It was allowed. They didn't
That
just do it
video
as
was
a
8 hours
prank.
long.
Yeah, 3 hours. 3 hours. So if you want to see how to cast a head, and it's my head, go to that channel and watch that
And
video.
they cracked open that chrysalis, and Nick emerged as a beautiful woman.
See, when I cast a head, I just get a bunch of people lining up with resumes.
This is where you can find me.
It's your house?
Yeah, right here.
This is Kevin's home address.
Come at me. Please don't come at me.
I'm gonna post it everywhere.
No. All right. Anyway, this has been the Long Con Podcast. Nick, take us out.
Gotcha.
Later, chumps.